So me and Carol, it's our anniversary this Saturday, and Carol and I, we wanted to spice things up. So we agreed to go to the pub separately to relive our first date. And I walked in, saw her sitting at the table, and I said, "Is this seat taken?" And Carol looked at me and said, "Fuck off, I'm not falling for that again." Yeah. Anyway, did you hear about the man who installed a window in his butt? It was a pain in the arse.
Oh. You nearly gave away the
I nearly
punchline.
fucked that one up. I nearly fainted. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Anyway, right. God Almighty, these are all terrible.
That's
Sorry,
the point, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Yeah, I know, no, but they're really bad. I opened a bakery for ghosts. Business is dead, but the customers are spirited.
Flip it out. That's
That is poor.
shit.
That is.
What in the name of all Valhalla is this?
I don't know what in the wide world of sports is going on here. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Carol asked me to pick up 6 cans of Sprite from the grocery store. When I got home, I realised I picked 7-Up. Jesus Christ! I'll leave it there. Even I'm getting horrible. That's even bad for me. I'm wincing. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to the Black Dog Podcast, episode 231. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim. I'm Elton.
And this week we'll see how everyone's week's been, except for Elton, because he has sworn off this week, haven't you, Elton?
Yep, certainly have. I'm sure there'll be shenanigans with the sofa next week, though.
Oh, blimey, hang on.
Oh, yeah, bumper edition.
I was going to say, have you asked JD Vance to come around your house or something? What's going on?
Oh, God, no, he's not going anywhere near my house. Screw that.
Certainly not your sofa.
No.
I hear he's in the area.
No. Anyway, and after that, we will see if there's any questions for asking for trouble and any feedback for last week's episodes. And then after that, we'll move on to this week's movie, which is your pick, Elton, which is?
Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes.
Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes. One of the shortest films I think we've ever had to review.
I think so.
At 74 minutes. So let's see if we can get the podcast done faster than the film.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that was funnier than any of the other funnier than any of the other jokes, wasn't it? Right, but before we get to that, let's find out how everyone's week's been. So let's start with you then, Jim. How's it been, sir?
Not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying the last days of summer.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem to summer did finish pretty abruptly.
Yes.
And 1st of September is going, right, that's your lot.
Mm-hmm.
Temperature down, misty mornings.
Yep.
That's it, you're all done. So, all right, thanks for that. British
Thanks
weather.
for playing. Yeah.
Yep, that makes a change.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than because the last few years in Britain, summer has been more like 4 seasons in one day. Guess someone spins a wheel, it's going to sleet. It's going to be a hurricane. Whereas this year we have had a sort of pretty decent weather for a long spell. It's felt like actually had a summer for a change, which was nice.
That is good. Cool.
But yes, for anyone who doesn't know or hasn't yet heard,
Mm-hmm.
I do have big news this week. So, I saw my consultant on Friday to basically get to see how the 7 weeks of chemotherapy and radiotherapy had panned out.
Yep.
And basically, there are a few shadows on my lung, but he's pretty convinced they're just either a minor infection and/or side effects from the treatment. So I had the CT scan literally the week after I finished.
Ah, right.
So the lungs were still kind of going, "You've irradiated me, you bastard."
Yes.
And I was pretty poorly that week, in all fairness.
Yes.
I was really sick as a dog. So, but I'm going back in 2 months for another CT scan just to check that's all hunky-dory. But he said it's very unlikely cancer sort of plays whack-a-mole with you. It disappears in one place and pops up somewhere else. It doesn't really, isn't how it normally works.
No.
So it can do, but it's very rare. But as for the rest of the scan, he said actually it shows the therapy worked. The cancer has been reduced. It's not gone, but much reduced, and halt stopped in its tracks.
Lovely.
And so
Great stuff.
he said, right, well, we're on to the next phase, which he had discussed with me, well, when I was first diagnosed, would be immunotherapy, which basically they give you a cocktail of drugs, and it gets your immune system to fight the cancer.
Nice.
It basically, it's like, giving your immune system a can of Coke, a pack of Spangles, and 3 Curly Whirlies, and shaking it up, going, "Go on, boy, go for it."
Nice.
And so that's going to take a year, though.
Right.
But it's one injection once a month.
Well, that's a step up, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's a big improvement. It is basically, from what I understand, it's kind of like having chemo, where basically you get a cocktail of stuff in an intravenous drip, and the consultant said it takes about half an hour to administer. So they're kind of, that's a doddle. I mean, all through the summer I was doing 3.5 hours with chemo, you know what I mean, on a drip. Half an hour, nothing, fine. Once a month, groovy. As long as I'm there for when they bring the tea and biscuits around, I'm more than happy.
Yep, that's it.
But it's also at a hospital that's closer to me as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, and very little side effects. For 80% of people, have no problem with it, which is good. Rather than with chemo, you've got like a list as long as your arm of what you might get this, you might get that. But with immunotherapy, so 80% of people tolerate it fine. Some people do have complications where the immune system gets a bit carried away and starts attacking you instead of the cancer.
Oh, great.
So there is if that happens, there are quite a few side effects, because he said literally it can start attacking anything it feels like, and we don't know where it'll strike. It might pick a fight with your lungs. It might pick a fight with your skin. It might pick a fight with your kidneys. You know what I mean? It could do anything, because it's your immune system just going berserk. But he said, it's treatable and reversible. Yeah. It's not a big deal. And basically, you'll know within the first couple whether you're in that unlucky 20% or not.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's pretty good. And they're good odds. I like them odds.
Well, yes.
So that's good. I mean, I saw him on Friday, and, I signed the consent forms, and he said, right, I'll put this referral in. I actually got a phone call Monday afternoon from Bishop Auckland, from the Mari unit, who do this therapy, and said, can you come in a week on Monday for like the introductory talk of where we'll go through what it entails and what you need to know. Right. And we've booked you for your first treatment Tuesday afternoon on the 16th.
Nice.
So literally, I saw the consultant at 3:30 on Friday.
Blimey.
So I was referred and booked in by 1:00 Monday, which is pretty good. Which is pretty good, isn't it? For
yeah,
the NHS can be bloody amazing when it wants to be.
Yeah, definitely. That's damn impressive.
Well, it's good because I'm not now waiting around to know what I'm doing. If you know what I mean, I've got and basically that is once a month. So you'd probably the 15th or 16th. Next month is in October is the next one. And so actually, at long last, we can actually book some time and actually get away at some point in September.
Nice.
Now we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And probably still have some regional weather, because the weather will pick up once the schools all get back in. We'll get a little mini Indian summer. And here's what you could have won, kids. So that's pretty good. So we're looking at places to go and find a cottage and go and have a much needed break, as we've not really been away this year since, quite early on. Since around February or something like that, because I've been tied up with appointments here, there, and everywhere, all waiting for appointments and not knowing what we're doing.
Right.
So that's all good.
Excellent. Well, that's bloody good news, isn't it?
Great stuff.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm pleased with that, because I was quite ready to go to see the consultant and say, well, I think I need another scan, and I wouldn't actually find anything out. And you'd be back to the waiting game and waiting for another appointment. Yeah. Because, that's often the case, you know what I mean? They like to, they do like to be sure of what they're doing. So the fact is, he could just make a call saying, nope, this all looks good to me. I think we go for the next step. I'm more than happy with. So good results.
That is a solid result for this. I tell you, that's really cool. Good work.
Yes, so
well
hopefully
done. Well done, NHS. Well done, Jim's immune system.
Yeah,
well
definitely.
Done.
Yep.
High five.
Give that a pat on the back, like your own back.
Yeah.
Well, don't do that, Jim. You'll do your shoulder in, and then you'll have a
Got
bad
enough
shoulder as well.
As it is, yes. You got the bad back, the bad hip, the lung cancer.
Yeah.
the thinning hair.
I love that the bad back and the bad hip and the thinning hair came in before the cancer. It's like
on
levels of serious.
Well, there's levels of seniority of who started first, who came first. You know,
who fired the first shot? That bad back.
The bad back's been here a few years. You know, he's got it's kind of the elder statements of old person diseases I'm getting.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's no way to explain where the bad back comes from sometimes,
No.
Or it comes from something stupid like breathing in. Like
you
done that
get
before.
You get to a certain age where, if you sleep in a draft, you'll get a sore shoulder. As Jack D said, they never told me that as I got older, I could get injured by air. And that is true.
Oh God!
It's a payoff really for the X-Men style powers that you get as you grow older, according to Greg Davis. Like your fingernails grow thicker, so you can actually climb a wall with them. Yeah, that's how tough they become.
Yes. Well, I was going to say I'm getting the Wolverine hair coming out of every single part of my body. I feel like I'm entering my X-Men phase. I'm going to just look like Beast by the end of the month, just like covered in a soft downy blue fur from forehead to tits. It's going to be like, good Lord, what the fuck is this walking down the street?
Ah, the gorilla speaks.
Exactly.
How do you learn to talk? You're supposed to be wild and bloody livid.
Love it. Anyway, anything else, sir?
No, I think that's probably quite enough from me.
Okay, fair enough.
Anything else would be an anticlimax and probably
okay. Yeah, I was going to say
and juvenile and obscene.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Welcome to the Black Dog
I'll save
Podcast.
that for the rest of the cast.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll skip over Elton as he has indeed sworn off, preparing for his JD Vance arrival from DFS.
Indeed.
What is the JD Vance thing?
You're not here.
No.
Yeah.
He's allegedly.
Yeah.
No, he came out and admitted this on television.
Oh, all right then. But,
so he actually did. He mentioned this during a big conference in front of, Donald Trump supporters. Yep.
That he
apparently anyway. So there we go.
That he
fucks his sofa.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. Well, just it's a thing. Allegedly, yeah.
Brings a whole new meaning to the phrase "easy chair."
Yeah. Yeah, JD Vance couch story: how a joke turned into a trending meme. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to Google that.
No.
Somebody said to him, "Fuck this sofa," and
yeah. As soon as he appears in the DFS store, the alarms go off, and it's just like, get out. Yeah. So that's where that's come from, mate. Okay. Well, anyway, moving on from that, because I'm sure next week will be the fun time. Let's go to you then, Dal. What's going on with you, mate?
Well, apart from even more, shall we say, family orientated stress going on with certain things, which I won't mention on here because there is trauma dumping and there is carpet bombing. So we'll steer right over that.
Yeah,
for
there's
the
trauma apocalypse nowing. Just watching the entire forest explode. Yeah,
indeed. So we'll go on to that. We'll talk about some good things. Okay. Now, this might not sound good to begin with. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but about 7 or 8 weeks ago, Ree was diagnosed as being pre-diabetic.
Right.
Okay, so not diabetic, but the alarm bells are flashing, right?
Right.
Okay, saying, you better steer clear of sugar for a while because this is a problem.
Yeah.
So as soon as we got that diagnosis, that was it. The diet changed for everybody in the household straight away. That was it.
Yeah.
We went out, did shopping, got better food in, stuff like this, and
Right.
we've genuinely ate a lot better than I think we've ever eaten at all. It's been, we've been really quite creative with some of the stuff that's been made,
Right.
and that try to steer clear of high sugar stuff and whatever. Yeah, and with that, of course, comes the good thing of weight loss. Of course.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep. So this just shows me how much shit I've been eating personally myself.
Right. Okay.
Now I'm not quite sure how much Ree's lost. I think it's nearly just over a stone. She's lost in the 7 weeks.
Right.
But myself, I've lost nearly a stone as well. So
Nice.
there's less of me now.
Cool.
Hurrah, says the world.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. Yes, huzzah. So, less of me there. So I'm feeling pretty good. And I've got to say, I don't really want to go back to the way it was before. And I've got the attitude of an ex-smoker now, right? You know how people give up smoking and then they go, oh, you want to give up smoking? It's terrible for you. Oh, yes, disgusting habits. Give it up. Give it up. I'm kind of like that myself because now I'm judging people's diets, like people in work. When I see them eating stuff, and it's like the amount of fucking sugar I see them put in their faces, and like, I was probably worse than that.
You've always been worse than that. When you used to put about 400 tons of ketchup on that sausage roll every bloody lunchtime.
Says the man who ate tomato sauce sandwiches. Thank you very much. Quiet over there. You better just put some tape on those the glass house you're in there for a minute. Okay, there we go. Big X's like they did in World War II. Thank you very much. But yeah, I see what you mean. I get you meaning. Yes, drenching everything in a sauce of some kind. It went from tomato sauce to mayonnaise. I think. But there you go. So just now, just so much happier.
Cool.
Yeah, I can actually see straight down towards my knees now. It's great. Because my knees are pretty lovely. Thank you. So there was that. Slowly on TV, just almost getting to the very final episodes now of Resident Alien, and I am going to miss that show when it's gone. I think I've got about 7 episodes left.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Nice.
For it. And it just keeps getting funnier and funnier, that show. It really does. So it's going to be interesting to see how they end it.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm going to bid a real sad farewell to that show when it goes. That was my regular thing. That was. No longer will I see Harry. Nope.
No.
So long, alien friend. Indeed. But if anybody's looking to get into it, it is on Now TV. I mean, their first couple of seasons are on Netflix as well, and I'm sure they'll be releasing more because it is a really, really good show.
Yeah,
very funny, and Alan Tudyk is he's just the fucking best. He really is. He's just absolutely brilliant in that role.
Yeah, the man must be preserved for all of humanity.
He is. Yeah, he is a national fucking treasure. And he's there's that thing coming out about him as well, about the fact that he's got he was in iRobot with Will Smith.
Yeah.
And because his character tested so much better than Will Smith's character, they took his name off the credits.
Yeah.
So he's not actually credited as being the robot in it.
No.
So it's like, fuck's sake. Really? I mean, not that he needs it, because he's got success, in everything he bloody well voices,
Yeah.
He's just been absolutely brilliant. I mean, the cast in general in that show is really, really good. And it's good to see there's the actual female characters in the show are really well written as well.
Yeah.
Because you get them where they're pushed to the sidelines, but no, there's some of the funniest characters in it, like the sheriff's deputy. Is very, very funny. As well, I mean, her and the sheriff himself, absolute brilliant double act, a pair of them.
Right.
So see you later, Resident Alien. When I come to those last episodes, I may even give it another watch.
Oh, right. Okay.
So yeah,
nice.
But there you go. Apart from that, I've booked something I'm looking forward to. Something that Ree suggested today. We got tickets for it.
Yeah.
It's called the Light Rooms. Have you ever heard of them?
The Light Rooms. No.
Yeah.
Are these the painting rooms?
No. They had the thing about the paintings in there, but this is a totally immersive experience. And this one, the one we're going to see, is about dinosaurs. And what it is, it's a great big room that everybody stands in.
Yeah.
And it is literally, apart from the actual ceiling, it's like all around you, right? They've got the image projected on the walls and on the floor as well, coming from up. And so looking at some clips, there's a bit where you're going to be standing near, I think there's a watering hole scene.
Yeah.
And you look down and you see the floor is all sand and there's crabs running across it. And you look up and there's like fucking full-size brontosauruses
Yeah.
in it. And this is just all around you. And then like T-Rex attacks and you're, it's like, oh, good Lord. And in between those bits, what it does is it provides you, it's narrated by, I think it's Damien Lewis.
Oh, right.
Who does the narration for this. And they teach you all about dinosaurs. And like he says in the preview, they can stand there and say to you that this dinosaur was 30 meters in length, but it's really, what do you compare it to? Well, this will actually show you a 1-to-1 scale dinosaur.
Okay.
Right there in front of you. And they show you a size comparison chart on some of them. And their heads are not even in shot on some of these. They go right out of the picture.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that. I might even, if it's any good, then I may even go back for the one called Moonwalkers, which is narrated by Tom Hanks, and it's all about a space program. And at one point, you do get opened up a vista on the moon, all around you, 360 degrees, all the way round. So yeah, this gets a lot of good write-up. And what you said, Alton, about the paintings, they did a whole thing of bringing paintings to life. And the clip that I've seen of these people standing on this rough sea, where it's this, I can't remember the name of the painting, but it's like a fishing boat on in a storm, and the whole thing's animated, and it's all around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's like lightning effects and stuff like this, and just really good sound system.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to this. It's going to be absolutely superb, I think, and it does get a lot of good reviews.
Yeah.
The moon one would scare the shit out of me. I'd be tempted just to take a breath and then not let that breath go.
Exactly. You'd be like,
shit, I'm on the moon.
I'm shutting my eyes. I'm shutting my eyes. Is it gone?
Yeah, I was going to say you might need to do more than that. Maybe bring a really, really woolen jumper.
Yeah.
Because you might have a big of a problem.
So we're going to that on the 23rd of this month, because we've both got a day off.
Yeah.
So I was like, why don't we do something with it?
Right.
So I shall report back.
Nice.
It's on the actual day we're doing the podcast as well, so it should be real fresh in the old memory like.
Awesome. So
there you
and
go.
That's it. Lightroom.
I think that's about it this week, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Well then, my week. Hang on. What did I do this week? First off, I saw Jaws 50th anniversary screening at the cinema. Yes, I went to the cinema to see it. My God, that was a great screening. You know, when you go to a cinema and you sit down, and everyone coming in is going, "Oh, this is my favorite film ever." And you're thinking, "Oh God, this is going to turn into a big old fucking shitstorm of people just going, 'Oh yes,' and quoting the film." Because Because, let's be honest, who would sit and watch a film and quote it all the way through?
Yeah.
No idea. I couldn't
I'm
possibly
looking
comment.
at you, sir.
I could not possibly comment. I have no idea what you're talking about. Not me, Gov. Not me. Look the other way. Look, there's a monkey. Run away. And then, but no, it went completely quiet. And there was literally an entire cinema full of people watching this film. And it was an amazing experience. Everyone laughed at the right moments. They gasped at the right moments. The film was beautifully projected. It was one of those moments I came out of the cinema, I was like, yes, that was it. Brilliant.
Fantastic.
And I loved it. Absolutely loved it. But I did get the weight of years came crushing down on me when I realized obviously that was 50 years old.
Yeah.
And yeah. there was no one under the age of about 48 in that screening.
Oh dear.
And it was just like, oh my god. And it was very, very weird. But no, it was great. It was a really good screening. And then next day got up in the morning, and we had nothing to do. Carol was just sitting there, she twiddling her thumbs, and I could sit there and play PlayStation all day. And I looked up the View Cinemas, and I saw that the Roses had just come out, which is the War of the Roses remake with Benedict Cumberbatch, or Benadryl Cumberbund, or Bumblesnatch Bumperclark, and and Olivia Colman. So on the off chance, we went to see that up in that London town on the Sunday morning, and then because we is now sort of 99.9% child free because Lisa's off to uni in a not too distant future. We said fuck it, came out of the cinema after watching it, and we went to All Bar One and stayed there for at least 6 hours.
5. I was going to say, I'm saying you're to at least 7:30 at night. Woo, rock and roll.
Well, it was. We went to the cinema at like 12, came out at 2, and then we got home at but fuck knows when. So yeah, we was been grown ups and everything.
Wow.
The film was both good and bad. Does anyone remember the War of the Roses with Kathleen Turner and
Danny DeVito?
Yes, Danny DeVito and Michael Douglas.
Or was it Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, which twin is which?
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to tell these days. But yeah, it was kind of weird because it kind of follows the plot of the first one of the film, of the original film. That that he's a really successful architect. Something goes wrong, he gets made redundant, and just as his wife becomes successful, and then there becomes this kind of resentment that he becomes the house husband, and she becomes resentful that she's not only successful but the kids aren't growing up in the way that she was teaching them, and he's sort of become more of a regimented kind of dad. So the kids started off. In the opening, like 10 minutes, you see the kids are like dumping a bowl of sugar on top of some Cheerios, and Olivia Colman's going, what these kids are doing is learning their boundaries. And then one of the girl takes a little mouthful and goes, "I'm going to be sick," and then throws up into a bowl of fruit, and then she goes, "Have we got any more?" This sort of thing. So. But then Benedict Cumberbatch gets hold of them, and then after a couple of weeks, they're like doing star jumps and going for 32k runs and all this kind of thing. But the crux of it is this kind of building resentment between the two of them, and there is just some class A acerbic barbs between them. It's properly more British version of the War of the Roses. So instead of turning into Looney Tunes with throwing stuff at each other, despite what the trailer might show you, it's a lot more sort of like a lot more thick of it in the thick of it than it is bottom.
Right.
So there's a lot more sort of hissing across the table at each other with, we're British. This is what we do. We repress our emotions and we barb at you. And there's like a bit where they're sitting with the marriage guidance counsellor, and the marriage guidance counsellor says, "So you had to come up with some good things to say about each other." And so Benedict Cumberbatch starts off with, 1, she has arms and legs. and she goes, I can't remember his name, but let's say William. William has a head. And then they sort of look at each other and they're sort of quiet, and then he goes, she rarely says sorry. And she goes, William, she goes, William snores, is irritating, has a micro penis, and oh, by the way, he's a cunt. and it's kind of like, and that's the level of the humor. It's like there, right there. Oh, by the way, he's a cunt. And yeah, they don't hold back on the old C bombs. They're dropped left, right, and center. So it's got a lot of that stuff, and so there's a lot of sort of back and forth. I mean, she starts off a restaurant because she loves cooking, and she starts off a restaurant called We've Got Crabs. So, and it's that kind of humor all the way through. It overstays its welcome by about 10-15 minutes, and there's a whole extended bit where he's built this house which she's trying to get ownership of, and basically he's built like a sort of an assistant. Let's just say an assistant. He calls Hal, and he gets his own back on her by saying, Hal, lock all the doors to room 17 and while she's asleep. And then he goes, Hal, play polka music, no override, 50 volume. You just see her standing in this glass box going, ah! It's just going. So yeah, it's childish, it's silly, it's got some great lines of swearing, but it does overstay its welcome a little bit. But yeah, it's a streamer rather than going to the cinema, I think.
Yeah. Right.
What else has happened? I can't even remember what else has happened. Well, let's just leave it there if I can't remember it. I'm sure there's other things, but I can't remember them. My brain has literally turned to mush. Oh, we appear to have adopted a cat, by the way. That's the other thing.
You have?
Yes. Yes.
Looking after one, or actually yours?
It's not. It's neither. It's neither. We've named him Spud, just because. Though thinking about it, I really should have just called him Jones because he is a ginger cat. But he appeared in our garden a few months back, and he looked like thin as a rake. Looked a bit raggedy, and I felt a bit sorry for him. And I dropped him some treats, like little bits of cheese and a bit of ham and stuff out in the garden.
Yeah.
Anyway, jump forward a few weeks, and I came downstairs yesterday morning, and the little bastard was curled up softly purring to himself on my sofa.
Oh. How the fuck did he get in?
Well, it turns out that when we had cats years ago, we had a cat flap installed, and we thought that it was locked. Apparently, it is not.
Well, that would explain that then.
So there you go. So now we have a ginger cat called Spud who has the run of the house, apparently. He's quite happy. He's quite docile. He comes in for cuddles and then goes and sits back out in the garden. And that's about the size of it. Yeah. But it's just like, when you sort of like, oh, we appear to have a cat now. So, yay. That's good. So, yeah, I think that's about the size of it. All the news, really. All the news that's fit to print. So, yeah, we'll leave that there. Right. I know for a fact we do have some questions. So, let's do that.
There are more questions than answers.
And in typical fashion, as soon as I press the jingle, the fucking question goes away on my phone. Thank you, Facebook, you bastard. Right, he says really slowly as he scrolls down very slowly. Yes, here we go. So we have a question from Robert Taylor, who says, I have an asking for trouble question. In these increasingly distant pre-internet days, there was a long period of time when I couldn't find anyone else who remembered the TV show The Flumps or Professor Poop Snaggle's Steam Zeppelin. I think you can get cream for that. I didn't even look that up. I really didn't. He could be winding us up there. Professor Poop Snaggle's Steam Zeppelin. Okay. I'd almost reached the point where I thought I'd made them both up. In fact, I made them up, in fact. Casting your minds back to when these things couldn't be looked up online in a matter of seconds, were there any TV shows or movies that you remember remembering that no one else did? I've got one.
I've got a couple, but I think Jim
Go on.
of went, I remember that. I remember that, which isn't unusual because Jim's heard of everything.
Yes.
And that was one, King of the Castle. No, Noah's Castle, sorry. No, yeah, King of the Castle and Noah's Castle.
What the fuck were they?
Right, King of the Castle was all about a boy who's bullied and runs to escape his bullies into the lift in his tower block and accidentally hits the down button on the ground floor and goes into a mirror universe. The actual tower block. Yeah, as he does, yeah. But it's the tower block then becomes this warped version, or it's a warped version of the tower block, and it's all kind of like medieval figures, wizards, monsters, and stuff like this. And he has to beat the tower.
You sure you didn't just have a stronk?
No, not a stronk.
No,
not a stronk at all.
It is real. I have it on DVD.
Yep. There you go. Oh, you do?
Yes,
I wonder if that would ever becoming available on Cinema Equidistant at some point. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? Who can say? Who can say?
Indeed. And the other one was a real happy show called Noah's Castle. And it was, I think, 6 episodes. And it was all about Britain going through a food shortage and how it started to become illegal to hoard food. And it's about this one family whose dad has built this secret basement where he's got loads of cans of food and stuff like this. And the local sort of, shall we say, gang leader in the area, played very effectively by comedian Mike Reed, right? No, I'm not joking. Very fucking sinister.
Pat. Pat.
Yeah. We call Abbott. Is kind of like suspicious of him and kind of like, he knows something's going on and he's trying to get access to whatever it is the dad has actually got in the house. And I do remember it. I always remember the last scenes of that show with the dad just laying there bloodied and beaten and people running in, just grabbing armfuls of food and fucking off with it. And that's how the show kind of ends. But yeah, it just, it's like you get the impression the show's not a happy one just from like the opening credits, and also the ending theme tune's quite sort of downbeat as well. It's this electronica tune.
Okay.
I remember the actual end credits always had these silhouettes of soldiers just standing around with like riot gear on as this music played, and it was like this burnt orange sunset behind them.
Okay.
It just really is. It's one of those. It's one of those sort of shows at the early 80s, late 70s, kid shows that the late 70s and early 80s was famous for.
Okay.
So like a Nigel Neal production, that kind of thing.
Oh, right. Okay. I genuinely have never heard of either of them.
Oh, and Sky as well, which was about an alien boy that was trapped on planet Earth who lived in a forest. And I remember being freaked out by that program because of the way it used to kind of show his power set and what used to happen to his eyes. It really, it's really quite unnerving. And I think, Jim, you've heard of that one as well, haven't you?
Yep, got that on DVD as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's it. I'm down the fucking lending library if I ever go near Darlington, that's it. I'm calling in.
Well, I'd like this. Hello, Blockbuster Video. Yes.
Yeah, the Wonderful Network DVD released all these series. Now they've gone bust, and DVD copies are getting
you can't get them for love nor
say.
money now. Not the Noah's Castle. You can't get at all.
It is out there. It is out there. But
for about 80 quid.
And up. 20 quid and up, at best.
Okay.
Because I never picked up Noah's Castle, and they're kind of like, damn it.
Nice. I've never heard of those at all. Have you heard any of them, Melton?
No, I haven't.
No, fair enough. Okay, so what would you guys pick? Jim, Elton, what would you pick if you go for something that
I remember a TV show that was on. I'm sure it was like Sunday Tea Times. I remember I've jumbled memories around the same year as Children of the Stones, and no one remembered this. And they all sort of said, "Are you sure it wasn't Children of the Stones?" Which was everyone's go-to. But it was set kind of in the present day, but all the machinery had started making this weird noise, which caused people to smash them up. And Britain basically, and the whole world went back to a pre-industrial age. Everyone went savage because like the machines drove them mad, and they had to destroy the machines. And I had these vague memories of it for years and years, and it wasn't until even a few years into the internet, remembering the title.
Yeah,
it was very hard to track down. Then finally, suddenly, as is the case thing, after years like nothing, suddenly Google's awash with people talking about it. It was a series called The Changes from 1975.
Right.
And suddenly it was out on DVD, and you know what I mean? I found out actually it was based on a trilogy of children's books, which I wasn't aware of. And after years of nothing, suddenly everyone was talking about it. It was quite strange.
Right.
But it was just kind of I think a lot of people had there was just memories of it. Like, do you remember that really strange series about everyone going mad and the machines making this weird noise that was just obviously it was prime BBC radiophonic special effects, but even just that noise was enough to give you nightmares in itself.
Yeah.
But the idea of having to break all the machines and go back abruptly to like the Stone Age, was quite frightening. It's a very good series, actually. I have revisited it since because it came out on DVD and whatnot. But I've been to track down the 3 books and read them, but not got around to it yet.
Okay, Elton.
I'm sure there are TV shows I remember, but I think sometimes I have to be reminded of them. But I do remember there was a cartoon years and years ago during the summer holidays. I think it was only shown twice, and it was called Oxtails. And I flipping loved that.
Oxtails?
Yeah, it's this ox and the tales of what he has to do. It's
smart.
Yeah, it's like a sketch show more than anything else. So they have little sketches, and he'll do something, and a tortoise will do something else, and then he'll do something else. And but I don't know what it was. I think it was a French one as well. You know, like the D'Artagnan ones where it's produced by a French producer. I don't think it was that popular,
right?
And nobody remembers it. But I distinctly found it on YouTube a couple of times, so it was an actual thing, definitely. But nobody else remembers it, and it's bloody annoying because I loved that.
Okay. I'd never heard of that before. My ones are a little bit more boring by comparison to you guys stuff. I mean, there's the on the cartoon front. There was Jason the Wheeled Warriors.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Which was one of those things where you start explaining about plants turning into cars,
Mhm.
I used to love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, was it
Yeah.
Good Morning Britain
Yeah,
during the
that's
summer, the kids' holidays? They used to put that on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. So there was Jason the Wheeled Warriors, which apart from obviously you two, you try and explain it to anyone else, and it was like, what?
Oh, top television that.
Mm.
No, yeah, but nobody else remembered it. But and the other one, which is the one that I've gone back to before about different question, is Salvage 5.
Oh no, I remember that as well. Yep.
You've
Yeah, I that was a regular viewer of that show.
Yeah.
Love that.
about a junkyard man, scrap man who made a rocket to go to the moon,
Yep.
and then would solve crimes using rocket that went to the moon using the same 3 shots that they'd obviously paid like £3.50 for the effects.
There was a lot of shows like that around at the time. There was what was the one about the detectives who had the sports car, and it would always end with a sports car chase that was long enough to play the theme tune of the show.
Yes,
A bit like Airwolf, because the battles always ended.
Bang! Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a bit like Ironside. He always had a chase on a place that had loads of ramp accessibility.
yep.
Or Night Boat. There's always a convenient canal in Night Boat.
Always.
Night boat.
So we're on a Manchester housing estate. Where are we going to put a canal? How do we solve this one?
Night Boat, like the boat version of Knight Rider, like Street Hawk was the bike version.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah,
Right.
Jesse.
But it only existed on The Simpsons, though, before you look for it.
Yeah, there was all sorts of silly shit like that. Like there was Knight Rider, there was Street Hawk, there was Night Boat,
Auto
was
Man.
Man.
Auto Man.
Look at that.
Wow.
Both at the same time.
Yeah.
Fucking Auto Man.
Oh, yeah. Manimal.
Manimal.
Yes.
Simon McCorkindale. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
there we go.
yeah. Blue Thunder.
Blue
Airwolf.
Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Wherever we could get a cheap machine, cover it in in vacuum plastic, spray paint it black, and call it a day, and then just put a standard generic crime thriller over the top.
There was that other one that was on late at night. I don't know if anybody ever saw this, but it was called The Highwayman, and it was Sanjay Jones playing a bloke driving around in a very big, high-tech Arctic lorry along the back roads of America, solving crimes. And he had that Australian mate. He talks a bit like this all the time.
Oh, that rings a bell.
He's a really short-ass bloke who drove another truck.
I think that truck got repurposed for the Blue Thunder TV show as Rolling Thunder
Probably
as
did.
well.
Yeah, that was probably it, actually.
Anyway, yes. So there you go. That I think that's solidly answered that question.
Oh, one more. There was
Go on.
one where a DJ was late at night and he solved crimes.
Oh, Nightcaller.
Nightcaller, that was it.
That's it. Yeah. It was the guy. Oh, who was the guy in Babylon 5 Crusade who was also in Office Space?
Oh, Gary.
Gary, what's his face?
Oh, fucking hellfire. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I know the one. He was also in American Gothic as the sheriff, the evil sheriff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who everybody. Lucas.
Gary Cole.
Gary Cole, that's it.
Yeah,
yes.
Midnight Caller he was in.
Not to be confused with Gary Coleman.
Yeah, what you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Druck?
Yeah. Anyway, right. I think we've answered Rob's message there. What's another one? Okay, this one might need to swerve it, but we'll give it a go. Okay. Sean Gleason wrote in to ask us if you guys had a season of cringe or culturally inappropriate movies, what 4 movies would you choose?
Cringe or
chicks.
inappropriate. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to do something really near the knuckle. I think.
What,
Songs of the South.
Songs
White
of the
chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soul Man.
Soul Man, the jazz singer.
The jazz singer. Yep. The Neil Diamond version of the jazz singer. Just the opening half an hour. Although the opening 10 minutes of that film
Yep.
is enough.
Yep.
Neil Diamond did blackface.
He did what? Yeah. Oh, good lord.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he didn't even change his voice or anything. It was just it was just Neil Diamond with a black face.
Yeah.
Just sounding like Neil Diamond. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah. No disguising, no nothing.
Yeah. I was going to say you could almost put Trading Places in there for that whole bit at the end on
God.
the train. On the end, Brother Numsy. Oh my god.
There's an Isaac Hayes Western in which he plays a sheriff, which now has the title The Black Bounty Killer. But in its original release had a very different title that I can't even say.
Yes.
I will put it in the chat.
Did it start with the word boss?
It did.
I know the one.
Yes.
Boss Hard R, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's the one. Anyway, moving swiftly on that one. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Unless anyone else has got any other ones they want to throw in.
Nah.
I mean, because culturally insensitive can also mean all sorts of wrong as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll tell you what. Why don't we go for a Robin Asquith season? Let's. You want to go?
No. There's worse in the 80s because there's things like. Do you remember? There's a Michael Caine comedy. It was called Blame It on Rio.
Oh God!
Where he's basically copping off with his best friend's teenage daughter or something. It's never shown on TV because it's wildly inappropriate. It was kind of widely panned at the time as being. Are you sure you were going for this with a comedy? You think this is a comedy subject? Because this is basically Lolita.
Well,
what are you doing?
Well, funny enough, there was one not too long ago, and I think it was. Oh God, I'm trying to remember who it was. Pete. Oh God, the lush guy who used to hang around with. Oh God, my brain's gone. Peter O'Toole.
Right.
And one of his last films that he was in, yeah, was called Venus in 2006. And he's basically a guy in palliative care in a old people's home, and he's essentially lusting after a young girl called Jessie, played by Jodie Whittaker.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And to spoilers, because I don't think we're ever covering it, and I don't think anyone ever needs to see it. But essentially, by the end, when he's old, infirm, and has made one inappropriate move to try and kiss her, he finally has a stroke and falls down the stairs, and they put him in bed, and he's dying. And she basically goes into the room, shows him her boobs at the end of the bed, and he basically has a heart attack and carks it. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that was 2006. So it's like, is that Doctor Who showing her boobs? What the hell? Yeah. What is this film?
Look at these sonic screwdrivers.
These are the round jewels on that TARDIS. No, so yeah. So we're never doing a culturally insensitive movie season. Not in your life. Right. Okay. Let's just do one last thing. We got any feedback for last week's episode. Let's roll the jingle.
It's feedback time.
Well, last week we did the monkey, and not necessarily Not necessarily a lot of feedback on this, but we did have, for the episode, we had Thomas McCamberley, first-time feedbacker, who wrote in to say, on the subject of ancient British TV, I've been watching Who Done It on YouTube. Definitely of the times, because you were talking about watching seasons of Blockbuster now. Remember
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Yeah. So Tom watched Who Done It, seasons of Who Done It on YouTube. Glad to watch it for more Magnus Pike.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. Still surprised to see Lindsay Wagner and Telly Savalas' brother was on it as well. And there was an episode with Paul Darrow in drag.
Okay.
Do you know, going back to Rob's question about like TV shows you've never heard of before in your entire life? Yeah, I think we've just found another one. So thanks for that, Tom. Then we also had Paul Curtins, who said, I understand what you guys mean when you're talking about Amazon playing everyone, because we were talking about War of the Worlds. I just don't know why they had to besmirch the name of War of the Worlds. I feel like they could have done it. They could have just filmed Ice Cube shitting on H.G. Wells' grave, and that would have felt less disrespectful than the film they actually ended up making.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right on, Paul. I'm right there with you. And finally, Sean Gleason said, I hope this is not a spoiler, but that last Mission Impossible movie, because I was talking about Mission Impossible films, was a worthless clip show of endless flashbacks. So thanks for that, Sean. I haven't seen the last one. I am going to see it, but maybe I'll take some time now. might back up a little bit. So that's that. So if anybody else has any feedback or questions, head on over to the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast. Leave us some feedback on the episode as comments underneath the episode pinned to the top, or if you go to the pin to the top bit, you can also send us in questions in Asking for Trouble, which is also pinned to the top in the featured section. And lastly, if you have any feedback for Alien Earth episode 4, by all means send it in as well, because we're doing another one next Thursday, I think. This Thursday?
Yeah.
Are we doing another one, guys?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, when we will be covering In Space No One ... Why are we doing this to ourselves? Anyway, so yes, when we cover episode 5. So yeah, just send them all over. Or you can send all of the feedback to all of us at feedback@blackdogpodcast.com. Send it through email. Right, we're going to take a break. We're going to roll the jingle. And when we come back, we will be doing the Beyond the Infinite 2 minutes. Roll the jingle. Right, so Beyond the Infinite 2 minutes. Here we go. Prepare yourself, because I'm about to pull out some Japanese on you.
Yeah, you are.
Uh-oh.
Doresute no hate de bokura, which is a literal translation of we at the end of the drost. We at the end of the drost. Okay, fair enough. Let's just say the Beyond the Infinite 2 minutes is a 2020 Japanese science fiction comedy film written by Mateko Ueda and the cinematography God Almighty, who wrote this wiki?
You did the Japanese, but you can't do the English.
Yeah, exactly. The
That
English
was the
is
trade-off.
That was the
Try
trade-off.
saying
Yeah.
that in a Scottish accent.
Exactly, yeah. And cinematographed and directed by Junta Yamaguchi in his directorial debut. Starring, prepare yourself, Kazunari Tosa, Riku Fujinari, Masashi Suwa, Yoshifumi Sakai, Harakugi Nakagawa, Nunamori Naguru, Takashi Sumita, and Chikara Honda. There you go. And
Well
Asa
done.
Asakura. All right. No. Anyway, I have
Go
no
on.
idea. I don't mind. I fell at the final hurdle there. Akai Asakura. There. Akai Asakura. Anyway, the plot centers around a cafe owner, Kato, who discovers that his computer monitor shows what will happen in 2 minutes into the future from the perspective of a television in his cafe downstairs, which itself displays what happens 2 minutes in the past in the bedroom upstairs. The computer is brought down to face the television, creating the Drost effect, allowing the characters to see several minutes into the future. The movie had a budget, he says slowly, of, now I have no idea what this actually is. It was made for 3 million Japanese yen, which I have no idea. Hold on. 3 million yen. What's 3 million yen? What on earth am I typing? M-I-L-N. 3 million yen to GBP.
About 4 Godzillas, I think.
Yeah,
is
it's
the going rate.
about 15 grand. It was made for 15 grand.
Okay.
How much
Okay.
did it make at the box office? Jim.
One left behind symbol.
Nice. Okay. Darren.
One rolled up toy bug.
Nice. Pill. one pill bug. Elton.
300 meters of power cord and a bottle of ketchup.
2 bottles of ketchup.
Yeah.
You were wrong. You were so close. 2 bottles of ketchup. No, actually, you're all wrong. It's actually a 600-foot long aerial cable and an extension lead. Anyway, yeah, we actually don't know how much it made, to be honest, because there is literally no information whatsoever on how much it made. So, have fun. Right, so before we get into the spoiler zone, this movie, by the way, was only what the hell? God Almighty, what is going on with this Wikipedia? I looked at it and I went, "How long is this movie?" And it went 169 centimeters, and it's like, what?
No, that's an oblique answer.
That is an oblique answer. No, it's actually 71 minutes long. Fucking hell, this is going to be a long night. I can feel it already.
You wait until the 2 minutes rolls around, you have to do it all over again.
Yeah.
No way. That's past me's problem. So before we get to the spoiler zone, let's just go around the table. So we'll start with you, Jim. What did you think of Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes?
I knew nothing about this film going into it. I had heard of it, but I couldn't remember anything about it. I assumed it was something time travel-y because Elton had picked it and deduced it from the title of my Holmesian powers of deduction. I didn't even look at a synopsis, but just stuck it on, and I had a ton of fun with this. I thought it was a really just fun little movie. So just good ideas, good characters. Didn't have to cost the Earth. Didn't need to cost the Earth. And just didn't hang around longer than it had to. It's kind of chef's kiss. Well done. Brilliant. Thank you so
10 out
much.
of 10, no notes.
10 out of 10. A great eBayer.
Nice. 10 great eBay. Brilliant. So, what about you, Dal?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this film. But I must admit, I sat there through it going, how did you film this? How did you do this? How was this done? Because if they're just copying, if they're just like just reenacting things that they've said, then this is extremely good, and they've just got everything spot on. How do you do this? How does this work? So
yeah, go on. Sorry,
yeah, I salute its the actual skill it took to create this film. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the One Take of the Dead.
One cut of the dead,
One Cut of the Dead. It had a very much that sort of feel to it.
Yes.
I thought, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it. I got confused at one point, and I thought I spotted a mistake
Oh yeah.
as well. Right
Well,
now,
don't go mad.
I'll tell
might...
you what. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what it is later on. But it was, it kind of threw me for a bit. That, and I'm not sure. Maybe I was seeing things. That's all. But that's not even going to spoil my enjoyment of this film, because I thought it was very clever, very well done. It's just nice to see something like this. This is like a small indie film. And studios, this is the sort of magic you can bring to the screen if you just trust one or two individuals. Just get them to whatever the vision is. Just let them get on with it and see what they come out with.
Yep. Just before we get to my take, I did forget that last week. One of my things last week was that I went to Pete Organ's birthday. And while I was there, I literally got a message come through from Odile Thomas straight through to my Facebook that said, "Hey there, watching this week's film." And as I type, I'm loving it. But was this done in one continuous take? So we'll get to that. But clearly, someone else was thinking exactly the same as you, Dal. So there you go.
I did a bit of reading on it, and I can answer Odile's question.
Don't answer it yet.
No, I won't.
Right. Okay, so this is for me. This is my second go of this film. I saw it on Channel 4 late night. It was one of those come home from the pub, sit down, turn on the telly, and go, "What the fuck is this?"
What a find that would have been when you're after a few drinks.
Exactly. And I have spoken to Elton about this before, this film, and so we'll get to him in a second. But yeah, so the second time round, I enjoyed this even more the second time round, because I kind of, knowing what's coming, you can take your eye off the ball a little bit and look to the backgrounds and the distance and how everything's constructed, and not just go along going, "What the fuck is happening here?" So I enjoyed it a lot more the second time round, in fact, even knowing what was coming and how it would end and what was going on. So big thumbs up for me. Elton, what about you?
Well, I found this film out from a person called Mr. Lee Metcalf.
Oh, who's he?
When he sent, I can't remember if it was some sort of message, but it was like, "Yeah, you should watch this. This is in your wheelhouse." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I promptly did the next day.
Yes.
And thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, you're right. A little bit of distance and a second viewing is much, much better.
Yeah.
So much better, because I think the first time I was like you, Darren, going, "How are they doing this? How is this? Are they doing this live? What the hell's going on here? I'm not too sure what's going on here, but it's brilliant and I'm loving it, but it's hurting as well." And
yeah, I got totally lost at one point. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah,
this is
I think it's a lovely little encapsulated movie that I don't think breaks its own rules and just works. And once you get your head around what's going on, man, it's good. It's so good. And also moments where you're like, "No, maybe don't do that. I don't know. And have you broken it? I don't know. Don't think you've broken it, but maybe you haven't broken it. I don't know. Don't know what's going on. Oh, we're on a different scene already now. Damn it." And we've already moved on. But yeah, I think it's so much fun. It doesn't outstay its welcome. 1 hour, 10 minutes. That's ridiculous. It doesn't feel like a 1 hour, 10-minute movie though. No. It does feel like a proper full-length movie.
Yep.
It feels fully comprised and fully packed out. So I think it's well worth people watching this. And yeah, going as blind as you can.
Yes. Which is why we've done a very good job of the non-spoiler section. Mm-hmm. I thought it was very cool. So, okie dokie. Right, well, there you go. You've heard what we think of it. I think generally speaking, thumbs up all round. Go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime at the moment. Also, if you are in the UK, it is also on Channel 4. I think it's on the Film 4 section as well, but you'll just get adverts. So, sorry about that. Actually, why am I apologising? It's not my bloody streaming
You
service.
corporate shrill, you.
Yes, exactly. But if you
Plant.
pay... Yeah,
Plant. Plant.
Jason the Wheel Warriors. But yes, I suppose if you pay the subscription fee to Film 4, you'll you'll get the ad free version.
Just
Anyway,
go on our link.
just follow our affiliate link to NordVPN. Anyway, right. So we will do the spoiler zone, which I still have not made a single fucking jingle for. So you're just gonna have this.
Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley.
There you go.
Shut up, Wesley.
Thank you. So here we are in the spoiler zone. And if you are still here and you haven't seen this film, we are going to spoil it. And quite frankly, it seems like a shame. You shouldn't be doing the spoilage on this. You should go in as blank as possible. Go away. Go away. Also, I've just noticed, and I'm just about to purchase, that Arrow Films has a collector's Blu-ray of Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes. It's in stock for 14 quid. So might have a crack at that, because it actually has some documentary on how they made it, which might be kind of useful.
There was a little hint in the
You get a bit in the credits, don't you?
in the credits,
You
Yeah.
see their like shooting script, which is just like kind of like non-Euclidean flowcharts.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Brilliant. Okay, right. So here we are in the spoiler zone, spoiler section. I mean, this isn't going to, I don't think we can really get too in depth with it, but we'll give it a go.
Can I just say something before we start? Okay, based on the actual way they do things in this film, Elton, if you were to follow the same thing, if you suddenly had a monitor that could do this, I reckon you could see into the year 4000 with the amount of TVs that you've got in your loft, right? Okay, if you set them all up, mate, you could, sporting events, everything, you could get the skinny on every single one.
Birth of the universe.
Yeah.
Heat death of the solar system. Yeah, you got it all. beyond the Elton's beyond the Elton's loft is the sequel.
That's my Saturday sorted then. Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, just set them all up in front of each other. See if you can make the Drost effect.
Yep.
Away you go. Okay, so well, whenever we do time travel movies, we always question how well the time travel actually works. Did we find problems with this? Because I know, Darren, you were going to say you think there's something that breaks this. Let's get that out of the way first.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it tripped itself up, and I thought this was going to be a major plot point within it. Or it could be a very subtle hint to show things were already changing, all right?
Mm-hmm.
In the timeline.
Right.
It's quite early on. You know the female character that was his assistant in the shop?
Yes.
Right? There's one bit where they're all standing there, looking at in the shop, looking at the TV, looking into the past, when all of a sudden she appears on screen, and it's like, well, hold on a minute. How is she appearing on screen? She didn't fuck off a little while ago and end up in the flat. It's just a random thing. She suddenly appears on screen and says she's by herself. And it's the first time she's by herself. Or it's the only time she's ever on the screen. And I don't remember her going off at all to be by herself.
No, she did go off. I'm sure she did
I
go
thought
off.
She did.
Did she?
Yeah.
Doesn't she go off to ask herself a question? Or am I
Yes.
getting confused?
She goes off to ask herself a question, but she wouldn't know the answer to the question because she hasn't been told the answer to
Yeah.
the question.
That's right.
In
yes,
which she's
that is-
asking.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
Right.
is-
When
I don't remember that. The cause for that bit
Mm.
to happen. I don't remember where that is. Maybe it's because there was so much all this other shit going on, and it was getting more complicated as it went. Like I say, after a while, I got lost. I got back on track again, but I sat there like I don't even know if this is being clever or not now, because I can't, because I don't remember everything that's happened because I obviously have missed some things.
You fell asleep, didn't you?
I was very tired when I was watching it. I was in work at the time, and it was just like, this is making me. I'm gonna. Yeah.
This is
I
making me
can
question
feel-
reality.
It's making me question reality. So yeah, I just. I think that kind of threw me,
Okay.
and I started going, oh God, no, I'm not going to get this, am I? I'm not gonna be blown away like everyone else is going to be.
Yeah. But by the end, you were.
Yeah, I really liked it, and it's all because of the whole. Here, take this. No, hold on, no, take this and use it here. Trust me, you'll like this. Put this symbol here, put that, and it's the whole combination of why they did it. By the way, you would really kick ass.
Yeah. Yeah, you were so good. So
I love that. That whole the culmination of that was brilliant.
yeah,
Fantastic. Really, really good.
it kind of owes a bit to Bill and Ted's. All we got to do is remember to put the keys in the bush.
Yeah.
Just think
Yeah,
bin.
yeah.
Think bin.
Make a suggestion of something I'm going to have in my back pocket. Go on. Go on.
Yeah.
Bottle of ketchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So so there's Darren's issue with the time travel. Do you want anyone else have a little issue with it?
No, I thought it all worked out very, very well. I
Nice.
thought the way they revealed it
Mhm.
and sort of introduced you to it was really sort of cleverly done because it kept you kind of at pace with the characters of understanding how it worked. And they always sort of illustrated how it worked. If you know, so it does get a bit complicated, but you can keep up with it.
Yeah.
And while you might not be able to think into all the corners like they have and break your brain, you know enough to keep up with the film. If you know what I mean, you don't feel like I don't know the rules. You do know the rules.
Yeah.
You know, and you could draw, but there's enough there. You could draw up a chart of how all the things on the tellies relate.
Yeah.
So it was really cleverly done the way different scenes you see play on different tellies in the Infinite Regress as it goes on at different stages. And it's kind of, this is just beautifully done, really clever.
Yeah. What about you, Elton? I mean, you're the time travel expert with these sort of things. What do you think?
Yeah, I forgot how it worked when I first started watching this, and so when you first find out what's going on, and the guy turns on the TV, and he sees himself, well, he walks in and he sees himself 2 minutes in the future.
Yeah.
Then you go downstairs and do that scene to your 2 minute in the past.
Yep.
My brain goes, okay, that person has to disappear out that room and that person now has to come downstairs. But that doesn't happen.
No.
Which I really like, which it's jarring in the very beginning, but it works so well. I think that's more like a new dimension opened up.
Well, that was what I was going to ask. Was kind of is it actually time travel, or is it opening up different timelines every time? Because I did exactly what you did. When he goes, "Oh, you've got to come down now and be me in 2 minutes," and you think, "Well, any second now he's going to walk through the door behind him," and it's like, "Well, no," because by the time that guy's walked down the stairs, we've all moved on 2 minutes, so he's coming down the stairs 2 minutes in the past.
Yes,
And it's like,
that's right.
so,
yeah,
So there's effectively a copy.
yeah.
So yeah, and you know, the two was the two guys at the end kind of try and explain it, but anyway, we'll worry about them in a minute.
Well, the way I saw it was there. Okay, right now there is a future where I clap my hands,
Hmm.
and one where I don't.
Yeah,
So I haven't clapped my hands, but another dimension where I did.
yeah. Oh God, here we go. We're going into the multiverse, everyone.
Yep.
Yep.
Prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Whoop whoop! This is the multiverse warning. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It's like we're following the prime timeline as they look into the past, but look to the future, and
Mm.
it's all on the same time stream. But it feels like because you don't see the others come down the stairs from the 2 minutes before, and your brain's not working linearly. So
Well, I think to see the person come downstairs, you'd have to see it from a different person's perspective.
yeah,
Like the lady working in the coffee shop. She'd have
Yeah.
to see that guy go and then come down the stairs.
yeah,
Whereas we're following one of the main characters, and so we can't disappear and remove ourselves. We're tethered to him
yeah,
and who he interacts with.
yeah.
But the problem is I don't think there's much to deep dive in on this. It's just an
No.
experience that you really need to go through.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was racking my brains last night watching it a second time, because you can sit there and go, okay, I'm going to write down what I think I should ask these guys about it. And I got nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just do one thing. It's the bootstrap paradox, isn't it? The whole thing that we're doing is the bootstrap. Do you know the bootstrap paradox?
Remind us.
No.
The bootstrap paradox is best explained in an episode of Doctor Who, and an opening monologue by Peter Capaldi, where he says, imagine a time traveller goes back in time because he's a fan of Beethoven. He goes back in time to find Beethoven and, you know, basically get him to sign an album or something. He goes back in time but can't find Beethoven anywhere because Beethoven doesn't exist. So enamored with the idea, so shocked by the idea that Beethoven couldn't exist, the time traveller takes the music that he has been listening to forever and writes down the music of Beethoven. Beethoven exists. But the time traveller has no musical skills. So he's come back in time, dropped the Beethoven in the past where Beethoven exists but doesn't exist, and left the music there. So who wrote the music?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with this, the infinite 2 minutes, is that's essentially it. If you didn't invent it, but you started it off. So if he gets in, he sits down, he looks at his Apple Mac, and is himself looking at himself saying, "Go pick up the guitar pick from underneath the carpet."
Yep.
That's had to have already happened.
That is possibly one of my least favourite things about time travel films.
Bootstrap paradoxes.
Yeah, because that, for me, there was, what was it? It was the very first season of Matt Smith as a Doctor, right?
Yeah.
And I was ready. I had my money in my hand, and this was going to be the first time I'd ever bought a complete season of Doctor Who, right, on any kind of format, right? So I just don't do that. But here's one for me. Fantastic season. I'm ready to buy this thing. right?
Mm.
And you get the Pandorica opens,
Mm.
okay, and he gets trapped in the Pandorica.
You have to explain this to Elton at this point,
Yeah,
so he understands
okay.
the context.
So basically, the Doctor gets trapped in an inescapable
box.
prison, right? That he can't get out of.
Oh, is this the one that he punches?
No,
No. He gets in there, and it's a big trap, and they put him in, and they lock him in, right?
Okay.
And it's a bootstrap paradox that gets him out of the box.
because he comes and rescues himself from the future.
Yeah, and it's like I watched that, and I just thought, "Fuck off." And that was it. It's like the money went back in the wallet. They should have just ended that season on the Pandorica opens and just left that as a cliffhanger. You could have ended Doctor Who on that episode. You could have just said, "I'm not making any more now. That's it. We're done." And this is the way we're finishing it, and that would have been great.
A good example I've just read of the bootstrap paradox, which is probably the best one. Now I look at it, in Back to the Future, Marty McFly plays Johnny B. Good in 1955. Yeah, a song that has not yet
Yes.
been written, and then Chuck Berry's cousin hears it and gets Chuck Berry to listen to it. So Chuck Berry is inspired to write the song based on what he hears down the phone, which is Marty McFly playing a song that Chuck Berry wrote in 1955. So who originally wrote Johnny B. Good?
This is the thing, you see. It's the biggest cop-out in these kind of films and TV series is the bootstrap paradox. It's because it's got to be created.
Well, the thing is, it creates a time loop. And that's why, in the context of the movie you're talking about, that's why the time cops turn up, because they've made this time loop which will fuck everything up, and it has to be unhappened.
Yeah.
So in this film, it's part of the it's part of the plot. It's kind of that initial loop is what's going to get them into trouble.
Yeah.
I love that those cops turn up as well. I think that's so cool.
Fucking Gilbert and George rock up and yeah. Yeah. I call them Gilbert and George anyway. That's maybe a deep dive for the artistic people in the audience. Yeah, those guys rock up. That's another weird one, isn't it? They rock up, and then someone sneezes, and then that sneeze causes them to pop out of existence. It's just great.
Well, they break, don't they? The lady that sneezes, she doesn't sneeze on the video.
No.
And so when it becomes her time to do that, that's where it breaks, and all of their time crumbles because she has now altered absolutely everything going forward from that position.
Yes.
So good.
She's disrupted the timeline just by having a sneeze.
Yeah.
Okay. How did we feel about this? Because, I mean, like I say, it's not a lot for deep diving on this one, but Jim, Darren, how did you feel about Gilbert and George, them trying to explain everything and then just disappearing in a puff of a sneezed powder?
Well, it was funny.
Mm.
And old Darren would have just said, "No, I fucking hate this film," just because of that.
Really?
Just because of the sneeze.
Why?
And he would have turned around and gone, "Oh, do fuck off." So it just, for me, it breaks the whole. But you see, I go with the humour in this, right? This is it. Even though it rattles me when I see stuff like this in time travel films, because it's the whole cause and effect thing. It's that, and you could. They've laid the rules out about how this works, and it's just that breaks those rules.
Well,
it's
hang on.
How are they supposed to? But this is the thing. They sneeze, really?
the thing, all the rules.
But all the other time, like, they haven't sneezed. So
Yeah.
this was was it a conscious decision to do this? Because
Ooh.
we've already seen how it's going to happen. So
No.
if it's already happened like that and it's coming down towards their time, how is it suddenly? It just
No.
that
No,
for me
hang on.
trips that up. It doesn't. It's
Okay,
the whole
okay.
thing about going back and changing time, like it. That no, that's it. It's already happened. It's
That.
No, that
No,
that
It's
did
no.
never
happen.
stated it's set in stone, though.
Mm.
The whole point, the fact there is time cops, shows that time can be changed, and people do change time.
in.
See, that's
You
yeah.
see, this is the whole thing about me letting that go and just saying, fine, you know, it's once it does that, it's like, oh, all right, fine, all right.
But that's the
If you
fork in the
must.
road.
Mm.
That is the fork. So you have a time future where she takes the powder, and I don't know if that's killing them or just I don't know, just taking
Knocking
them
him
out of
out
that
and
action
knocking
for
them.
a while. And then one where she sneezes, I think intentionally.
Mm.
And
Well, then
and,
that creates a parallel universe.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the fork.
But that's fine if it's explaining it like that, then great. But the whole thing of changing time and it's staying on the same, it's like, no, that's not the same. You've now split off into a parallel universe.
In fairness, though, the only people who are making the rules are essentially three idiots, and a waitress who just and a guy who's obsessed with toy pill bugs. We're not talking about like Mensa level here.
No. This is why I say about it's not. It's letting that go. It's always the same thing with me. It's like suddenly that's dropped in, and it's like, oh, all right,
But
you know, let's just we'll go with this. We'll have a laugh with it.
because
Fine.
the thing that hangs over the whole film, and you know, anyone can feel free to jump in on this, but to me, the thing that hangs over the whole film is that they keep forcing themselves to do what the TV is showing them to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. They have choices all along the way, whether to do it or not. And the big one for the plot is him coming back and lying to his past self about asking out the neighbour.
Yeah, and he's only doing that because the waitress runs out and says, "You've got to do it." Why? Because it's on the telly, and it's like that's not a reason. If he hadn't done it, what would have happened?
Well, that's it. We don't know. The only people who do know how the time travel work are the time cops, and they're not explaining everything. They just want this problem fixed and stop these idiots farting around with these televisions and causing God knows what havoc to the timelines.
Yeah,
but there's nowhere where we get actually these are the actual rules for this universe of how time travel works, because there are lots of different models of how time travel can work. And so there's nothing set in stone. I mean, I'm sure the writer has an idea how it all works, but we don't actually need to know that. The whole point of the film is the main cast don't know how this works. They're playing with it, introducing things as they go along.
I like the way that they do introduce it, though, as well, because you have the moment of being told there's a 2-minute future you, which you have to then become. And then tell the message to 2-minute past you about what you've just done.
Yeah.
And that's great. And then you have that moment of seeing the pillbug guy and going, I'm 2 minutes in your future and I'm 4 minutes in your future. And that's, it's so good. And then in 4 minutes time, you actually see that play out as well.
Yeah,
it comes along. It's just so. I love that so much, and the way that it slowly progresses, and you get close. You get further and further down the line of the TVs
Hmm.
to the point where he actually covers over the other TV, because that's what 3 TVs ago the person
Yeah.
did. It's so good. I love that. I love watching that that progression of the TVs just jumping further and further.
And getting closer and closer towards the
Yeah.
end.
That's so good.
And that's really, to me, that's the theme of the film. Really, it's that we're beholden to decisions that really you shouldn't be. That he goes off and cocks up his whole relationship with the girl that he fancies. I mean, admittedly, it works out for him in the end. But the point is that, as Jim rightly points out, if the waitress hadn't come in and gone, "Oh, you're going to fuck everything up," tell your past self that it's, so that we can still be here. If he hadn't done that, we might have got something completely different. And so the fact is that they're beholden to the time tunnel. I'm going to call it that because it was called like the Drost effect.
Yeah.
But they're beholden to it and they're trapped by it. But because they think they have to do it when really they don't. And that's the theme of the whole thing, that they're trapped in their lives and deliberately keeping themselves there when, as Jim pointed out, at any point they could change things just by not stepping in front of the telly or turning the telly off. And they never choose to do it. They choose to maintain the act of doing what they did before to keep things rolling.
Do you feel that they feel compelled just to do that then?
Yeah.
Because they've done it, they need to go through the motions of doing it.
Yeah.
And they don't turn off the TV in case it stops.
Yeah.
Stops doing it. Because that's the other thing I liked is they have no idea how this has happened. That setup he has, be able to see the camera monitor from his bedroom. It might have had a 2-minute delay on for fucking years, and he's only just noticed.
Actually, there's a little tell in the film that says something's happened that kicks this off. And it's when he's in the flat, if you watch very carefully, the screen behind him distorts. It goes purple. Right? So if you go back to the bit where he's in the flat, you just see it. It's just because the camera just almost completely takes that screen out of shot. And it's just as it's doing it, from what I could see, it just suddenly has this purple distortion for about a second.
Okay. Cool.
All right. I've still got it on my phone. I'm just going to go back and have a quick look at that.
Man watches film while reviewing it.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna go back and have a look at that because I'm pretty sure that's what I saw as I was sitting there watching it today.
Yeah,
It caught my eye. It's just like
We are
it was
living
like,
the movie now, aren't we?
We are living the movie now.
Well, the infinite 24 hours. When did you last watch that film?
Well, it was earlier today.
Oh, right. The infinite 12 hours then. Cool. Jim,
Well,
do you want to...
infinite 4 hours and 33 and a half minutes or something like that. I don't know
that isn't going to fly as a sequel.
No, it's not.
No, it needs something a bit punchier than that, Darren, I'm afraid.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Go away and think about what you just wrote.
Okay, I will. Let's turn that down a bit. There we go.
He's watching the film. Yeah, he's gonna come back going, no, it's not a bootstrap paradox. No. Anyway, Jim,
it's the future and it will be.
Fucking hell, what you Prince? You gonna start singing?
I'm quoting Prince lyrics there.
Quoting Prince Batman lyrics. Anyway, Jim, have you got anything else take your fancy with this movie that you really appreciated? Blimey, pardon you.
I'm trying to think. I'm a very loud motorbike just went past. No, I did. I like the fact that it is sort of so low key, and it is just kind of like so bizarre, but at the same time it's so down to earth that it's just ordinary people in an ordinary street this happens to for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's not scientists, it's not the military,
No.
it's not aliens. It's just a little cafe where something's gone on the wonk.
Yeah. Which is a great title. The cafe where something went on the wonk. That's the great UK remake. Cafe on the wonk. It's like tickle on the tongue.
Oh,
cafe.
there it is. It did it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's when he picks up the guitar and he sits down and he starts looking for the pick. As the camera moves over, you suddenly see there's a distortion on screen.
Right.
Because it's blank, completely blank. And all of a sudden it's like it sparks into life for about a second.
Yeah.
So let's see. That would be, what's the time shot on that? That would be around about 2 minutes and 21. Right. See, it's a little bit less than that, actually.
So, 2 minutes into the film then.
It's around about that, yeah.
Oh, nice. 2 minutes into the film.
So 2 minutes and here we go.
If it is 2 minutes into the film,
2 minutes and 16.
And you got credits before.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, when does the actual film start? Film start properly? Because
it doesn't. Yes. There's not very much at the beginning of it at all.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you go to just after it, sort of like when it starts with the lady stepping out of the laundrette. Yeah. How many seconds is the film? How many seconds is the film started?
It's 2 minutes and 40. I'm looking at the time thing along the bottom here. This is
ironically, I have to go through 2 minutes of ads to get to the film. Damn it!
Isn't it ironic?
I can get a screenshot, right, and I'll post it.
Yeah, okay. No, I was just more whether or not there was like 40 seconds of opening title credits. And then...
well, they're included in this time thing anyway, because it's all part of the film. So, yeah, it's 2 minutes and... There it is. Right. So let's see now. Just that again.
Anyway.
I've got 1 minute 30 until the film starts. It's all very exciting here.
It is. It's very exciting. Yeah. I'm going to say, so is this film really about a man trapped in his life? And the TV is just representative of that because he has to keep doing whatever the TV demands because people are making him do it. And he's got no control over anything.
Yeah, I think it's about having lack of control. He seems to... He wants to do something, doesn't he? He's in a band and he wants to play. The plot is so wafer thin. It's all about the actual building blocks around it, but he's being told to do something by his future self and other people around him. And when it comes to the crunch, where he could turn around and break that cycle and actually stick up for himself and help himself, he doesn't.
No.
And that's a major thing. And I think that happens to the group of the people as well, because they start talking. All of a sudden, they come back with money. And you're like, okay, incredible. And then you're told, right, okay, go and find a VCR down the road under a bridge and you'll find money in there. And you're like, okay. And one of the guys goes, you will, because you won't be able to get out of this. And so they do. Yeah. But the loop is they just tell themselves because they did that.
Yeah. And that's why it's the weird that's the bootstrap paradox again, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did they find the money in the first place? They found the money because they saw themselves showing themselves that there's money. It's like, how the fuck did they know? So that is proper bootstrap, because it literally we see that loop start, play out and end with the geezer with the knife and his buddy.
Yeah.
By the way, can I just also ask? This is just a random thing. Was it a mistake that when they go up to rescue the girl, when he goes up, the main guy goes up to rescue the girl, he goes upstairs and she's being tied up, and she seems like she's laughing.
Laughing.
Yeah. Get to the bit when when they go up the stairs after he's had a symbol put down his back of his pants and he's got a bottle of ketchup and all that kind of stuff. He goes upstairs. He goes into the room, and she's being tied up by the knife guy, and she looks like initially like she's laughing, like it's a mistake in the edit.
Right. It might well be because, is this a fully one-take movie?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
No.
There's too many things where it's like, have you seen 1918 or 1917? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a couple of bits in there which really show that it's a single take. There's too many moments where the camera leaves the hero or something passes very, very close to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
The worst, most egregious version of that was fucking the opening of Spectre. Do you know the James Bond one?
On the rooftops.
When it's the Day of the Dead one, yeah?
Yep.
At the beginning. And he walks through the town and he walks up the stairs and all this kind of thing. And then you see him get undressed and all this kind of business. And every time there's a cut, someone walks very close to the screen. I mean, like if it was a crowd, you go, yeah, fine. But as it is, it tries to make it look like it's one take, and it goes through, and like someone walks across the screen, and then next thing you know, James Bond's not in his skeleton costume anymore. He's fully clothed up, in his usual tux and fucking suit and whatnot. It's like, oh, really? Seriously? You're not fooling anyone with that unless he got into a 3-piece suit out of a black and skull costume. No, fuck off.
Yeah.
In like less than 10 seconds. So yeah, but this does the same deal. Like for example, when he goes up the stairs,
yeah,
to get his the TV camera, the Mac, and bring it downstairs. The camera's following him, but then he kind of ducks off to the left. The camera swings really quickly to face him. And it's done really smoothly. It's a really nice track shot. But the problem is, as soon as it does, it moves so fast, you can actually see that set is a sort of digital cover-up because the walls and the windows and everything don't change perspective. It's literally just a graphic card being pulled across the camera with a lot of blur on it to cover up between two shots.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very, very clever, but you would expect that with something that's only cost $15,000. I mean,
yeah, I noticed a couple of the camera went real close to a wall a couple of times, and I thought, they could blur the walls together, so that's fine. That's an easy one there.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a couple of times when you're looking through the TV, the TV's view.
Yes.
So the camera goes towards the TV, and it's just the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I almost guarantee that TV had nothing on the screen.
Yeah.
It was just tracking points. And they can put whatever the fuck they like in it.
Yeah. I've just gone through. So, Darren, I think you may be onto something here.
Yeah.
The film starts, it actually opens.
I've just posted the clip, actually. If you look in Messenger, you'll see exactly the 7 seconds there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Watching.
Oh, yeah.
And it does. It flicks on.
Yep.
Yeah, it flicks on, and
so the opening credits are 30 seconds long, 32 seconds long, and that happens at 2 minutes into the movie.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's so good.
2 minutes 16. That.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's 2 minutes into the movie proper.
Yep. Nice.
That's so good. I love it. But how? Okay, can someone explain to me? Oh, but then again, they're downstairs watching on the TV, aren't they? No, they're on the Mac. So they're watching the future because he's taken the monitor upstairs. So when he's going upstairs and they're giving him stuff like the symbol and that little creature, is that because they've seen it in the future once he gets up there with the monitor? So they're watching it on the laptop downstairs,
Yeah.
which is in the past, but the monitor is in the future.
No, he picks up the TV from downstairs.
Yeah. Which is in the future of the computer.
So they're 2 minutes behind. No, they're 2 minutes. They're watching 2 minutes into the future because his Mac is 2 minutes in the past.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they're watching the Mac go up the stairs. So they're watching 2 minutes into the future. So they get enough time to get the ketchup bottle, run up the stairs, get the symbols, run up the stairs.
So they've already seen what's happened in that room with the TV already being up there.
Yes.
But it's not in his reality
No.
yet.
No. Which makes it really weird because suddenly the room downstairs goes 2 minutes into the past when it was already 2 minutes in the future. That's a bit of a...
No, it's not, because it's only the image on the screen that is 2 minutes in the future, not what they're going through.
All right.
Once he gets up there, then his TV would be showing 2 minutes into a past in a different verse. It wouldn't be them. It wouldn't be live pictures down to them. It would be someone else in a different multiverse.
My brain hurts.
But then again, no, yeah, that's the way I see it. Yes.
Anyone else? I've got a headache.
I think I need a diagram.
I think I need a gin.
I've got a PowerPoint presentation prepared just for this.
It has to be that way because when they're watching it in the future, their images are coming from a TV that's already in that room. But his TV hasn't made it up there yet.
Right.
It makes sense to me.
No, I get that. I understand it makes sense, sir. It doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, Darren, you're going to love Primer. You're going to love it.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sure I am.
No, you're really not. You're
We've
really
not pulled the trigger on this one yet, have we?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Jim, I know you say it's your turn and you got a turn, but please, for the love of all that's holy, do not pull the trigger on Primer. I just I can't be going round the houses with ties. I just can't. Cardboard boxes and ties. I can't just no.
You wait until the neighbour gets into the box. That's where it all goes crazy.
No.
Well, Jim, you know what that means, don't you? If you're being denied the logical, or should I say, a sensible, deep movie, you've got to go the opposite way, and it's Confessions of a Taxi Driver. Robin Asquith. Let's start that Robin Asquith season. Let's do it right now.
Let's not forget the last time Black Dog was on Twitter. And we mentioned Robin Asquith in the show notes. He actually found out he did.
Yeah,
he appeared.
Is he?
He actually appeared and put a thumbs up on it, didn't he? Put a thumbs up on the. No,
Let's
I'm
get
not
him
doing
on.
that. No, definitely not. There's a TV channel. There's a TV channel on Freeview called Together TV. It's the most bizarre channel I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a digital channel.
Yeah.
And it seems to be what I'd call old man channel. And what I mean by that is old man in an allotment with a TV with aerials sticking out the top like Mavis Cruitt from fucking Will-O' the Wisp. Because if you look at the listings, and hang on, I might even be able to do it now.
Careful, Jim's just got an allotment. Careful.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Together TV guide. Right. Together TV. So, tonight's listings for Together TV, yeah, for Tuesday, September the 2nd. Show me. Let's go. Well, actually, let's do it for Wednesday the 3rd. Here we go. So, Together TV at midnight, Detonator 2, Night Watch, which is Pierce Brosnan movie as a UN espionage expert, followed by 2 o'clock in the morning, Edwardian Farm, yeah, 3:15 in the morning, Stuart Farm, Green Valley Tales, which is a thing about putting livestock into cow sheds over the winter.
Okay.
Then 4 o'clock in the morning, Royal Road Trip with Darcy Bustle as she goes for the Highland Games in Balmoral, right? So you do all this, then you got telly shopping through till about 9 o'clock or something. 11 o'clock in the morning. Then you got Garden Rescue at 11 o'clock in the morning, followed by Love Your Garden at 12 o'clock in the morning. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you got Edwardian Farm, another episode.
Oh, spoiling us.
Yep, 2:15, another Stuart Farm Green Valley Tales, except this is 3 of 12. With winter coming, the team accelerate their work on the cowshed. Then at 3 o'clock... 3
It's
o'clock...
so exciting. I don't think I can take very much of it.
Hang on. You have
Will
to
they
wait.
complete the cowshed?
At 3 o'clock, another Royal Road Trip with Darcy Bustle.
Oh,
Going
God,
to
will she get to her destination?
She's going to Sandringham Women's Institute, yeah? Then at 4 o'clock, Flipping Profit, which is about antiques experts buying antiques for profit.
Will their profit get flipped?
I don't know. 5 o'clock, Supermarket Secrets, revealing shocking sugar contents of some smoothies. Anyway, this carries on.
Some smoothies, not all smoothies.
Yep. This keeps going on.
Hashtag not all smoothies.
Not all smoothies, yeah. So then we got another Edwardian Farm, another Stuart Farm Green Valley Tales. At 8 o'clock, Garden Rescue 7 with Charlie and Chris in Coventry, but designing a versatile family garden. Then you get to 10 o'clock, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And at 10 o'clock you have Can You Keep It Up for a Week, which contains 70 social attitudes and contains sexual scenes with Robin Asquith.
Here he is.
Yeah, there you go.
Woo.
Annette will marry Gil, her hapless boyfriend, on condition he keeps new job for a week without getting up to any mischief with other women.
All right.
So what we have is essentially a whole day of gardening, followed by and then at midnight we've got Girl on a Motorcycle, a 60s cult classic. Sees a married woman leaving her husband riding off on a prize motorcycle with Marianne Faithfull. Contains nudity and sexual scenes.
Do you
Also
know there
known
have
as
been
Naked Under Leather.
there have been some great titled films that just kind of do the business. There is actually a film out there called Man with a Gun.
Yes.
You know that?
Mm.
Yep.
Well,
and one just called Bastard.
Yeah.
As well.
Hang on. We ain't finished, because then we've also got Groupie Girl. Sally runs away from a strict upbringing to become a rock band groupie. A cautionary tale of hairy hippies' heartbreak. Contains 70 social attitudes and sexual scenes.
Hippies.
Yeah. So what you've
Not
got
the Hair Bear Bunch, though.
No, not the Hair Bear Bunch.
Probably for the best.
And you've also got House of the Whipcord. A young model is lured into a secluded prison where sadistic matron punishes women perceived of having moral failings, contains nudity and distressing sexual scenes. So Together TV basically goes gardening, buying antiques at auction, gardening, nonce. That is Together TV. So, yeah, and you can also download the Silver Sex Guide as a PDF.
Can I just actually point out to the
PDF
listeners
file.
that normally Normally, when we go off on a tangent like this in the middle of discussing a film, it's because the film's a load of shit and we've got nothing better to talk about. But what you have to understand is our brains just need to recover. So this is why we're actually getting into something a lot simpler than the film we just watched, because we are going to fall down the time paradox rabbit hole.
It's the Austin Powers thing. If I'm still in the past, how will I know? Well, I've gone boss-eyed. Yes. I suggest you don't worry about it, Austin, and I say that to all of you in the audience too. Basil exposition. Okay. I'm sorry for the tangent. Has anyone got anything else they'd like to add about Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes? Beyond it's a very sweet little movie about being trapped by your own inaction and being led by your own led without making your own destiny, which is what I think it means.
Well, I think in a lot of time travel movies and films very similar to this, they sometimes you don't get the bow wrapping up very well. And there's lots of plot holes of, but what about this? But what about that? But what about this? And I think this one kind of sorts itself out by the very end. And where you see them turn the TV off, that means, no, this is now complete. There's nothing else to wrap up. Thank you very much. There's your story.
Thanks very much for playing.
And I think that's great.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't require... Not every film needs 17 mysteries that don't need to be solved just for you to think about. There's a story. It tells its story and then it goes away. That's it. It's done. I think that's great.
Okay.
I've got to say, thinking about it now, at the beginning of the film, when he goes on and said, yes, she said yes, and he gets the girl, as they say.
Yes.
It was actually a prediction for what happens in the end. Because he just sits and talks to her.
Yes,
in the end. And it's like, well, there you go. He did get the girl.
Yes. Yep. But in fairness, he did get the girl by rejecting the advice of his future self, if you know what I mean, by ignoring, by actually making his own destiny, by ignoring the TV. But I mean, no, I mean that's my take on it. I mean, I don't know if that's right or not. I'm not saying it like it's definitive.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, actually, I was. Shut up.
I have the microphone. I'm speaking. You will be quiet.
I have the speaking pillow. Hush.
You must fight me for it, Barnard. You must fight me.
In an arena of hand-to-hand combat.
Yes, full of a tilting table with spikes on, just like Flash Gordon. Yes. You're Peter Duncan, by the way.
Yeah. Put your hand in this huge mushroom.
Oh, God, that scared the bejesus out of me.
What? The Flash Gordon Peter Duncan mushroom.
Put that down for 4 weeks of horror.
Hey, there you go. Flash Gordon for 4 weeks of horror.
Brilliant. Yes.
How we've fallen. Everything's gone south. 4 old men get scared at thing in tree. It used to be watching Wreck. Now it's Peter Duncan, that nice young chap off of Blue Peter from the 70s, got his hand stabbed. Oh dear. Jim, any last thoughts?
No, I think I've said everything. I think I'll ask my 2-minute future self to remind me in a minute.
I was going to say, I'm off to watch Together TV.
Yeah, House of Whipcord. That's a classic. Pete Walker, brilliant.
Oh, there you go. I knew you'd know it.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Darren, anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Okay. I feel like I've derailed everything with the Together TV thing. Together TV, shakes fist. Elton, any last thoughts?
No, but I'm glad you guys all enjoyed it, so that's good.
Yeah,
I feel like I've won.
A
There.
lot of fun.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
And again, the two screaming policemen as they disappear did kind of elicit a bit of a laugh.
You're disappearing.
You're disappearing.
Oh, what a world!
Is there one of us says, "Stop it"? You're disappearing. Stop it.
Oh God, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was the Spaceballs thing of when Yogurt disappears, his false powers, he disappears, and it's like, oh, I'm fading away. What a world! What a world! Yeah, Gilbert and George. Yeah, they were quite funny for their 5 minutes that they were in it. I did like that. Right, okay. Well, I guess that's it. If anybody else has any thoughts on Beyond the Infinite 2 Minutes, anything we've missed, or would just like to tell us how they're getting on with their subscription to Together TV, send in feedback to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com, or go on the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast. Right. Before we go to Pimp's Corner, Jim, it's your pick, sir, and you say you have something prepared for us.
Yeah, I'm going for a film I've not seen. It's been on my kind of, I must get around to watching that sort of films, and I keep putting it off. Which I have a few films like that on my list. How to Make Me Watch a Movie, put it up for a podcast. That'll work.
That always works.
But people have been telling me for quite a while, it's a really great little film. It's very low budget, like this film. I think it's quite a similar vein of quirky but intelligent sci-fi.
Okay.
It's actually written by Jerome Bigsby, who wrote some classic episodes for the original Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Including the classic creepy one about the kid who can wish anything can happen.
All right.
And he scripted this film. It's kind of still quite culty, and it is very low budget, much like this film. It's a very limited sets, people talking in a room, from what I understand. So I thought this is probably a good fit, and not nearly as grim as all the other bollocks I've got on my list.
Yep.
Save that for October.
Nice.
But yes, it's called The Man from Earth, and it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay. The Man from Earth. Okay.
Or Man.
Man from Earth. Okay. So, yes, Man from Earth. I've got no idea what this is about. 2007. I'm just going to read the synopsis. An impromptu goodbye party for a professor becomes a mysterious interrogation after a retiring scholar reveals to his colleagues that he's had a longer and stranger past than they might imagine. Okay.
Oh.
What?
I've got shivers down my spine already. Oh no.
What?
No, I just yeah. Nothing has given anything away. I'm just getting the heebie-jeebies.
Does that give you the heebie-jeebies?
Yeah.
Okay. Well done, Jim.
My work here is done.
Your work here is done. Heebie-jeebies achieved. Okay. Well, I've not seen this before. I've not even heard of this before. So this is going to be a thing. Darren, have you heard of this film before?
No.
Okay. Not at all.
Heard of The Man Who Fell to Earth, but not The Man from Earth.
Not the man. Okay. And Heebie-Jeebie Man, have you?
No, never heard of this one at all.
I mean, I figured that might be the case, but I thought best to ask while you're getting the heebie-jeebies. Cool. And Jim, you haven't seen this either.
No, I've not, so I'm intrigued.
Okay.
But I say it's been recommended to me several times down the years by different people, and it's kind of right. I've got to watch this damn film. And I thought, right, I'm going to do this before it disappears from Amazon Prime. That I'll never find it again.
Okay. This is curious. I'm curious to see this now. I didn't realize the writer wrote episodes of old Star Trek and Twilight Zone, as you say, Jim. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got proper sci-fi rating.
Old school sci-fi writing. at
Old
that
school
as well.
sci-fi rating.
Yeah.
Yes. Science Fiction Hall of Fame for writing It's a Good Life, which is the basis of a Twilight Zone inspired segment of the Twilight Zone movie.
Yes.
Ah.
The Joe Dante inspired one. That's all the really freaky stuff in.
With the kid who can make the rabbit come out the hat.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
nice.
Oh God, that yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Well, then, in which case... and he wrote Mirror, Mirror for Star Trek. Nice. Which was the, Spock with the beard.
Yep.
So, yeah, Spock with a beard in the evil universe. Nice. And he also wrote It, Terror from Beyond Space, which we now know to be one of the early influences on Alien. Right. Well, we're definitely geared up for it, I think, and it's also sent Elton off for an early bath with the with the roast potatoes, almost a month ahead of schedule by the sound of things.
Well, we aim to please.
There you go. Nice. Right. Well, let's look. I'm looking forward to this. So that's that. The Man from Earth on Amazon Prime will be our next week's film. So before we go, it's time to head over to Pimp's Corner. And Jim, what is happening in Hypnagoria Land today? Well, this week.
This weekend, I released a very early folk horror story by a little-known writer, which is jolly good, called The Sumac, which is a type of tree.
Nice.
And I might have the Nosferatu episode finished for this weekend, but we'll see.
Yeah. Don't over deliver. Just
No.
You'll be fine. It's cool. Lovely. And that's all over at hypnagoria.com.
It is indeed.
Beautiful. Okay, and what about Rogue 2 Media, Elton?
Just talking about cars going round in circles on the Grand Prix podcast.
Lovely jubbly. Okie dokie. Right, Darren, anything?
Nope. Nothing at all.
No. There you go. I'm going to ask, and one day you're going to surprise me and say yes.
I will. Yes.
You will, but not today.
No.
Right. Right. Okay.
Right,
well,
2 minutes in the future, Darren.
Yeah. So, yes, you can hear more of me and Elton and Darren on the Alien Earth Black Dog specials, which we record on Thursdays. We're up to, like I say, we'll be reviewing episode 5 in space. No one ...
No one can hear you, Shaun the sheep.
Well, it's yeah, eyeball sheeps. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. But we will be reviewing that on Thursday. If anybody's got any feedback for the last 4 episodes, including Eyeball Sheep's episode, then by all means send it into the usual channels. And the Alien Earth episodes are pinned to the top under featured as well. Right. That's that. We shall see you all next week if you're not joining us for Alien Earth. Otherwise, we'll see you in a couple of days to try and say the word Maginot and fit in different versions of Teflon Boy, and Nokia Boy, and Windows XP Boy, and all the other things. And yes, until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Till tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
I already came for a kebab.